Good evening, folks. This is Blavic Shade Floral. Blavic Shade Marl coming at you with a new vlog tonight. And so I'm starting out this one with you, and please tune in, and I'm gonna get started for you. All right? Thanks. So, I wanted to talk about my gripes with influencing and my personal problems with it. Influencing sustains the whole of our community here in Riverview. A lot of families do it. But my problem is with the younger gens, my age group, who do it. People of my age group are enamored with lifestyle, what's generationally sound, and whatever romantic social pursuits suits the coming observable age with whatever social fads network the interests of the corresponding young communists of our early embarkable age. And when I say romantic, I mean it in the word form of the state or quality of what's theoretically conceivable ideally and perfectly, such as the age of groups, net grouping, and networking. Aside from dating, which is the most literal and quite obvious meaning, the more obvious meaning of romantic. I actually mean romantic the other way around, more respectively. With this small, active, be it underdeveloping, transcendental time, we are biding our mass social councils from whatever net functioning news vines and breaking news information from sources we come across. People of our young age are faced with theological reliances from random sources we spot online as we browse our way through the net, trying to awareingly follow where our age is headed to. As incomingly at this current time, it has come to my attention that influencing is the new age breed of survival, which comes as startling breaking news to me. Once I followed research on how it worked, the community around me suddenly stood out to me so clear. Consolidate influencing is what persons of the community do foremost primarily. Persons of a neighborhood community just as well. I went on thinking during my young ages for years that adults of a neighborhood were just homeowners who worked various occupations and professions while living in the community. Years after my teenagehood, real adulthood soon was revealed to me in the form of responsibility. Being truly a responsible adult is truly knowing your community, I now realize. And besides knowing your community, which is knowing its distance and how far it spans, I now realize that truly knowing your community is not just knowing what rare areas are around it. No, it's even more profoundly knowing how your community runs, which is more true standing testament to knowing a community, and better yet, your community. So, to put things into better perspective, what is influencing? In order to understand what influencing is, one must understand the other key components of its bodied makeup. And there are a few numerable keywords that I'd like to state just so you may be familiar with it and I can better break it down and define it for you in explanation. One is influencing. Two is merger, a keyword. Three is enterprise, another. Four is share, SHARE. And five is consolidating, lidating, consolidating. So back to my question of what is influencing. Influencing has to do with marketing, and a person in influencing is called an influencer or a marketer. An influencer is a person with the ability to influence potential buyers of a product or service by promoting or recommending the items on social media. As you can see now, it's now broad daylight. At the time I started this vid, it was 1 a.m. in the morning. Um, Now it's 1 in the afternoon, 1:06, and I just wanted to inform you of that. In case you were wondering what time it was and why I'm suddenly finishing up this vlog in the day. Yeah, I started late into the morning. So here we are now. I've been doing my research, trying to complete the vid. So I was just about to go on and explain what influencing is. Influencing has to do with marketing, and persons who influence are called influencers, and they're marketers. An influencer is a person with the ability to influence potential buyers of a product or service by promoting or recommending the items on social media, which is the fad of today, right now, as of now. So I've defined it. So if you're a habitual viewer on YouTube for the most part, and you have a set of popular vloggers that you watch, I'm sure you may know, and for the most part, it's likely that you do and probably do know that a lot of influencing goes on for social media, within social media. So just keep a lookout for your favorite vlogger in case they do some marketing and advertising for their YouTube on vlogging. And just look out for whatever they might sell. And you might just view a case of social media marketing at hand. So it's nice to pay attention to. I pay attention to that, and I try to follow that and listen out for it, tuning in. So yeah, just wanted to inform you of that and to keep a lookout. And since we are so impressionable, because we are viewers and followees, that really makes us fans who follow. We're so inspired by the content creator and just host of the YouTuber vlog that just really we're the ones who have the potential to buy, especially if they show um, and advertise the product on their vlog. So, because they are content creator and we're moved by their lifestyle, that is what would make us potential buyers. Um, if we're already buyers on the internet anyway. I know that I've bought my fair share of things and items on the internet, and I'm a fan of internet buying and ordering, um, and especially the site Amazon is where I've bought some items, some things over the internet, and I'm a huge fan of the site and its product service. So that's an example there of using the internet to search and buy your products online. So I'll go on and define the other key components of what I was saying last night, much earlier, um, about just the keywords that I had stated for you. Okay. Um, Merger is one that I stated, and I'll go on to define. Is a combination of two things, especially companies, into one, or products, which is called an amalgam or amalgamation. Enterprise, which has two definitions, is 1. A project undertaking, typically one that is difficult or requires effort. And 2. A business or company. 4 is share, share, the one that I spelled, defines as one of the equal parts into which a company's capital is divided, entitling a holder to a proportion of the profits. And consolidate, to make something physically stronger or more solid, such as a product called a financial item. Some people have tended to define consolidate as a way of as defining or meaning to combine, but merger has gone on and has defined it that its term the same way just as well. So I tend to follow for consolidate the definition that means to just make make something physically stronger and more solid. So that's the definition that I tend to use for the word consolidate. And an example of consolidate date is, for example, like let's say there is a good product and they're doing an ad for this good product, and it features the phone number there and the time clock there for the time to be able to order it as the ad airs, okay, in infomerce. And the product is some kind of sort of exercise machine, sort of fitness machine of a sort. And honestly, just with this machine, it features just how it's built and shows the parts there. Like, for example, it taken apart and its parts there. The just parts of the exercise machine, and then they animate it to recombine just to show how the the innovational ingenuity of the product. Um, and like an example of consolidating is when they take in the model after they've had a number of buys and purchases, after a number of years, um, the product slows down, and once they um, take in the product, and it's not heard of for a time, um, they go on to remodel it, okay, and then add a sort of labeled mark or labeled numeric to the machine's name or product's name, okay? Because the product has been remodeled. And since it's been remodeled, they've updated its model. Therefore, it's a better marked product and a lot more hardy and physically strong, which is why there's the marked numeric in addition to its brand name, its productive name. So they've relabeled and renamed the product item, and also therefore re-innovating its financial item, and just as well um, re rebuilding it grades more improved than its previous and earlier its previous and physical state. According to becomingminimalist.com, there is a downside to influencing, written by Joshua Becker. According to him, influence is a worthwhile pursuit with the power to change individuals. It can, of course, be used for good or evil, and the allure of influence can be deceptive. He desires his site to be an influential place where people are introduced to a better way of living, a way of life that removes the pursuit of material possessions and focuses on longer lasting pursuits such as world changing potentials. Almost by default, influence carries the potential to change the holder, and because it does, those who possess it must regularly seek to keep their motivation in the proper place. A well intentioned man or woman sets out with the purest intentions, according to him, to make a difference and change their family, community, or world for good. Then something amazing happens. They actually succeed. People are quickly impressed and attracted to their accomplishments. They begin to attract more influence. More influence begins to attract new and, for some, more opportunities. Some healthy, some unhealthy. Temptations get stronger, and he explains when internal motivation is not kept in alignment with healthy pursuits, trouble quickly follows, such as an ongoing problem faced in our community. When influencers strike it rich, such a communally thoughtless outcome dries up an oncoming community's real estate and reputation to the public's populace leaving a bunch of formerly lived in unoccupied houses in its stead, which makes influencers look that bad. We face the situation of influencers who strike it rich, then get the itch to move someplace else better, edgier, and to an area with better continuity and movement. In my case, my graduating class, I know for a fact that most of them have moved to California, which is one of the most popular cities and state areas to move to. More so than Florida, whose state movement is grounded in a lot of preservational state antiquity and root culture history. Group influence refers to individuals who collude with each other and share set goals and norms together, according to www.theblacksheepcommunity. A group starts with people who share different beliefs and have diverse opinions and views, although homophily by gender is a usual thing in most associations. Concerning the trade and its fad. Group influence can make a person within it make a positive or a negative choice. If there is a falling out within a group of influencing friends, the folly is at risk and prone to splitting off solo and going the trade alone, therefore possibly moving out of state if the disagreement calls for it and they situate elsewhere. A result. In order to prevent such a disorganizing outcome, such as that from happening, Joshua Becker tells us we must constantly remind ourselves that we are just susceptible to the pursuit of money or power or selfish desires as the next guy or gal. We are not above it. We are only human. We must continually remind ourselves why we do what we do. Our longings must be greater than money and possessions. We desire influence not as a means to achieve personal success or recognition. Not just that. We must desire influence to be motivated by love, love for others, and love for a better way to live, as well as using it to routinely and helpful and positively elevate our motives. So all these key terms I've stated, influence, influencing, merger, enterprise, share, consolidate, subsidiary, and holder, are all what drives consolidating. It's what pushes it forward. It's what helps firmly establish. I'm going to go on to add a few more keywords to the ones that I've already stated. And these are most important for just my discussion and the point I'm trying to make with it here. The first one is subsidiary, which defines a company controlled by a holding company. And the next term to that one is holder, which defines a person that holds as owner, tenant law, a person who has the legal right to enforce a negotiable instrument. So these are the remaining and final terms that I just wanted to add to my previous 5 terms and keywords that I started out explaining. In addition to what I was talking about, and saying about consolidate, how consolidate, the word, and also the word merger, has gone on to mean the same thing, which means to combine and make um, sort of two things into one. Um, I just wanted to also explain, in addition to that, the term of mergers and acquisitions, um, which I took my time understanding. And there can be a merger on a financial item, okay, between two companies, as one company selling it to um, a sort of enterprising company, enterprising business company. Okay, they are selling their product to them, and hopefully try to merge into a sort of alliedship where they also take on the employees of the struggling company into the business enterprise that's buying and trying to be holder of this new product um, that's being sold to them. Um, so it's a form of alliedship, and um, as a merger between the two companies to become top company together, thereby liquidating the struggling company's name, okay, um, and therefore disposing it, and the company's firm joins with the enterprising company, and also its staff of employees, and become a top company together. And I have one more term for you um, that I just wanted to state, that'll help my point, which is establishing. Okay. And it means to permanently cause to be accepted or recognized, or even to prove. So this wraps my point up about influencing and being influencer. You may be wondering who those potential buyers are, but I'll go on and explain that the potential buyers are you and me, followers, followees, and viewers of YouTube, and those who sort of cooperate and correspond Instagram and Twitter and sites like those. Mergers, and what I had wanted to say about mergers and acquisitions and explain is that it just simply means agree and acquiring it. So agree and acquiral. Um, so yes, mergers, a merger on a financial item and acquisitions um, is just to agree, merger and agree, an agreement, and then acquisitions to acquire it, acquiral. So, ladies, gentlemen, I wrap up this vlog, and I thank you and congratulate you for getting through it, as well as myself, because that was some research for me. And I was borrowing my phone from my mother's friend, Fanson, um, and he was giving me a hard time letting me borrow it. and he's in the garage outside with my uncle, and they're repairing cars. So yeah, I'm glad that it's over with. I actually expressed my point I've been wanting to say about influencing, and my problem with it, and how I've noticed the way it's affected my community, therefore stating what the problem's been within my community. So, the community where we live. And therefore, that's pretty much it and what it is in a nutshell. And if there's anything further to elaborate about it, I'll bring it up on another vlog. So I bid you adieu, all of you. I thank you for participating and listening, and we'll see you again till the next vlog. Bye.